Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad new Fangled motion picture show.
That's right, everyone. We're back, even though absolutely no one asked. And we're going to do a movie review.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And today we're going to be reviewing the latest in lighthearted whodunits. See how they run. We're going to do a spoiler-free review, because that is important. It's a whodunit. It's a mystery. It's an important thing. And then we'll give you a spoiler warning, and we'll go a little more in-depth into the movie after that, as is tradition. Okay.
We're all about tradition.
It's been a hot minute, because what was our last thing? It was a few weeks ago, right? We hit a dry spell.
Bullet Train.
We hit a dry spell since the beginning of August, because they're just...
Ooh, yeah, because it was beginning of August.
Yeah. There just hasn't been anything. We're pretty sure it's a result of the gap where like the studios all had to shut down production for COVID, and that gap has now made it to the release windows. So hopefully it gets a little better going forward, but there's not a whole lot of like big name movies before the end of the year.
No.
So that's unfortunate, but
Bullet Train's still in theater though, so I recommend it.
Yeah. But here we are. I like whodunits, especially when they're like kind of, funny, sort of whimsical, lighthearted sort of stuff. There's just something kind of humorous about the juxtaposition of the seriousness of a murder investigation and then like, a running gag.
Yeah. Jokes abound with characters who maybe aren't taking it as seriously as they should be.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's a whodunit focused around a murder at a theater, like a stage theater. Hold on, I got sneeze. Oh man, I just was very close to sneezing all over the mic. Anyway, it's all centered around this like stage theater, who are incidentally performing an Agatha Christie story.
Right. If you don't know, she's a mystery writer. Was a mystery writer.
Best known for her Poirot series.
So, Murder on the Orient Express and
Death on the
Nile.
Are they doing any more of those?
I don't know. I don't think Death on the Nile performed that well.
It didn't.
I think the plan was to do 3, but...
I mean, you can go check out a review on that. It's an okay movie. It's an alright whodunit. But
yeah.
It's Agatha Christie, so, like, Agatha Christie established the tropes.
It also had Armie Hammer in it.
Oh, yeah. That was, like, the last
thing he did, I think, before he...
got crazy?
Yeah.
Anyway, so, or I guess before his craziness was
revealed.
But anyway, so,
yeah, she established these tropes. Well, yeah, and she made...
like, the whole, like...
She brought parlor mysteries back, because, like, Sherlock Holmes is a parlor mystery.
Right.
Sort. And so that's where, like, a murder happens, and then the detective gathers everyone together in the parlor and figures out the mystery.
Yeah.
Because everyone there is a suspect.
Yeah, so see how they run is not quite a parlor mystery. Like, it definitely has some of those elements in it, especially... Well, I don't want to get into... We'll get into the spoiler section.
Right.
But, so it's not... Like, there are parts where they do have the characters all together, but then there's, like, chunks where the investigators, like, going around doing police work, like, detective work, and actually investigating, not just, and, like, following up leads that go elsewhere and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
I will say, while I enjoyed the movie, the trailer made it look funnier than it wound up being.
Yeah. Which, I mean, it was a fairly humorous movie.
It had its humorous moments, definitely. We were laughing at some of it, but the trailer made it look like it was going to be funnier.
Yeah.
Especially with Sam. I expected Sam Rockwell's character to be a lot quirkier than he wound up being, and he really wasn't. He played it pretty straight.
Yeah. And
he was a little sarcastic at times, but he pretty much played it straight.
Yeah. Which, I mean, he was still really good.
No, yeah.
Like, his performance is still great.
Sam Rockwell, of course it was.
Right. But yeah, we're used to, like, we like the Sam Rockwell stuff where he's Hammer Industries. What's his name?
Oh yeah.
From Iron Man 2.
From Iron Man, but I forget the first name.
Or his character in Jojo Rabbit, which was legendary.
Or even what was that? 3 billboards over Ebbing, Missouri, or what?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm getting that title right.
3 billboards outside Ebbing, Missouri, I think.
Something like that
was the name of it. Yeah. Even in that, yeah. But yeah, he was pretty. I mean, he's actually kind of a tragic character in this, in fact. So, but yeah, no, it was a fine movie. It's got a 6.8 out of 10 on IMDb, and I'd say that's fair. That's a pretty honest, fair assessment of this movie. I gotta say, like the murder reveal, I thought was pretty well done.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really. I mean, between you and I don't think we really saw that person being the murderer.
No.
And there was also a well played red herring in the movie too.
Yeah, it was a very well played red herring. So that was cool. But yeah, overall it was fine. It was a decent enough movie. Nothing wrong with the movie, but it wasn't Knives Out level of good whodunit, which is probably like the best modern whodunit movie.
Yeah, and supposedly the sequel's pretty good. People have seen it. We're not gonna get to see it till like December or something, right?
Maybe, I don't remember.
Whenever it hits Netflix.
Yeah. So. But yeah, I don't know. You got anything else to add to that?
Not really.
Yeah. All right, so we'll put in a spoiler warning here and go forward.
I'll say as a spoiler, where it does differ from a parlor mystery is the detective, although he solves it, he doesn't solve it in front of anybody. By the time he gets there, the murderer has revealed himself.
Yeah.
To everyone else, so he doesn't need to like stand there and like prove how awesome a detective he is. He does figure it out, but
right. But yeah, so the ending of this is very much like a parlor mystery where like the cast is all there, the murderer's got him at gunpoint, and then the detective.
Right. So the premise is there's this stage production of an Agatha Christie story called The Mousetrap. And also, it's being developed into a film. The director of that film, played by Adrian Brody, is murdered, and so that's where the murder mystery.
Obviously, everyone has
beef with him because he's an asshole.
Yeah, like he's an asshole, but also like the contract for the movie is written such that the movie can't be produced until after the stage production concludes. The stage production is just so popular; it's just been going on forever.
Yeah, this movie starts off on its 100th show.
Yeah.
So the producer of the movie, wants it to end, and perhaps he killed this guy to cause the show to end, but that didn't happen. And really, what it wound up being is that the murder or.
The mystery in the story is based on a real murder.
On a real... Well, no, so the murderer in the story is based on a real person who was not himself a murderer.
Right.
Until this happened.
Yeah, and this guy is upset that, this tragedy in his life is sort of having this mockery made of it.
Right. So in real life, this guy and his brother were wards of the state, and they were abused, and horrible things happened to them. Within the Agatha Christie story, that drove this guy into being a psycho murderer.
Yeah.
But this guy who is an usher at the theater, he's looking at this play that is. He feels making light of the tragic events that happened to him and his brother, who is dead because of these events. And Agatha Christie, all these people are making money off of his story as he sees it. And so he just wants it to end because he has to sit there and be reminded of this every night at work, And so he's trying to get it one, he's trying to get revenge on these people who are profiting off of his tragedy, and two, he just wants the play to end, and he doesn't want the movie to be made.
Right, so he figured murder the director, can't make the movie. Murder the director at the theater has to shut down. None of that happened.
Right. So yeah, in the end, he gathers everyone at Agatha Christie's house, and then shows up and like threatens them with a gun.
Yeah. And our police detective and constable main characters show up and save the day.
Yeah.
Stop the bad guy, all that good stuff.
There was a really funny joke in there when Agatha Christie tries to poison the guy.
Oh yeah.
Because she was an expert on poisons.
Yeah, from her
that's why poison was so.
in the war.
Yeah, from her experience as a
nurse.
A nurse.
Something?
Yeah, in the war, and she that's why she uses poison so much in her books. But the poison gets, because she sets this tray down with all these cups of tea, and the tray is like wobbly and it kind of rotates and it's a round tray, so the wrong person gets the poison, and he just like keels over in the middle. He's just standing there and just falls over.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
And it was her butler.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, and there was some funny, like, there's a running joke in there, like every time the constable and the inspector are meet with the commissioner or chief.
Commissioner, I think.
Commissioner is what they call it, and they like all greet the way they all greet each other and stuff. It's just like this kind of running dry humor joke.
Also, the constable is constantly jumping to conclusions. They hear someone's testimony, and she's like, "Well, obviously he did it," and like, you know, she like lays out this whole thing of how this person, like, why this person would do it, and the inspector's kind of like, "Hold on."
Yeah.
Pump your brakes there.
So, but yeah, I'd say the 6.8 out of 10 is about right for this movie. Like, it was a fine movie. I'm never gonna watch it again.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. It's like, when I say I'm never gonna watch it again, it's not that I like would mind seeing it. Like, if you know it were,
I would never put effort into seeing it.
Yeah, like if I, you know, went over to someone's house and they're watching it and like, hey, let's watch this, I'd say, okay, fine, it's whatever. I'm not opposed to seeing it again, but it's not anything that excites me.
Yeah. So, is that all we got for this one?
I think so.
All right. So, let's see. IMDb like changed how they show like upcoming movies, and I don't like it as much as I used to. The way it's formatted is just kind of awkward. Because like I like being able to see the poster, because on some of these I need that to remember what
it even is.
What it even is. You know, if it was something that like because sometimes they just have weird names for movies. And I'm like, what is that? Oh yeah, that's the one. You know, about this thing. Yeah. I don't know, man. Gosh, there's just not much. Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with
all the people.
Margot Robbie is in that. Anya Taylor-Joy is in that. Christian Bale is in that. John David Washington is in that. Chris Rock is in that. Mike Myers is in that. I didn't know that. Taylor Swift, Timothy Olyphant, Rami Malek, Zoe Saldana, Robert De Niro. It's a stacked cast. I don't even really care what the movie's about. That cast is stacked.
Isn't it the one where like these people during like World War II or something had like
fled?
I think
something, or they like
maybe killed, or they robbed. Maybe stole some money or something, and now like...
Well, they witness a murder, according to this description here, and then become suspects.
Yeah. Like later in life or something.
And uncover one of the most outrageous plots in American history.
Hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know. That's out in... according to IMDb, October 7th. That's probably our next movie. That's not for a few weeks. I think it's our next movie. Again, like, I gotta go through some of these. Does Fandango do a better job of this? Because I just do not.
Idea.
I do not like how IMDb. I just really don't like how IMDb does it now. Let's see. Coming soon. Can I sort by? Can filter by. Can I sort by? Any particular? Because like on the app, I think you can sort by release date. Yeah, that's not really better. That's not helping either. Let's see. Black Adam, October 21.
Right.
Definitely seeing that. That's the next DC movie. And that's like a Shazam adjacent character, right?
Yes. Yeah, I'm like into November. There's just like not a Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Which I'm not. That trailer's not good. Yeah.
Because like you know that movie's not gonna be tonally what the trailer is.
Right. And my concern is, you know,
they're gonna be so concerned about honoring Chadwick Boseman.
Right.
They're not gonna tell a decent story.
And how do you even continue it without him? I know, you know, the character's sister becomes. That happened in the comics.
Yeah.
I know that's the thing, but it's like I would, you know, kind of just want more Chadwick Boseman.
Well, of course, everyone wants more Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
He was a great actor. The Menu looks pretty good.
Right.
Looks like a thriller. It's like if Gordon Ramsay just went all Most Dangerous Game or something. Because they got Ralph Fiennes and Nicholas Hoult and Anya Taylor-Joy, and I like all of those, all of them. Even if Ralph Fiennes spells his name weird, it looks like it should be Fiends.
I think he also might pronounce his first name weird. I heard he pronounces like Rafe or something like that. I'm not sure.
Strange World. I feel like we're probably gonna be obligated to see
That's that Disney one, right?
Yeah.
It looks interesting, but I have no idea what it's really about. Except they're, I guess, people exploring some parallel universe or something.
The trailer's cool. It's all like thrilling tales, a fantastic adventure.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. Like we eat that kind of pulpy nonsense up, but yeah, hard to tell exactly what all. Like what the. It's hard to tell what the conflict is from the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like.
Oh well.
Yeah.
We'll go see stuff when it happens.
It's just like it's sad, man. There's just like nothing, hardly anything coming out. I mean, there's only the 2 Marvel movies this year, right? There's Thor and Black Panther. Was that it?
Yeah.
Sad. So hopefully next year things go back to normal because they will have gotten past the gap caused by shutting down productions for COVID. So yeah, so if any of that is of interest to you, come back, check that stuff out. Go check out our review of Bullet Train, you said was our last one?
Yep.
It feels like it was so long ago.
Because it was a month ago. More than that. It was like August 7th or something like that.
Yeah, it was. So, alright. Yeah, it's just kind of sad. I want more movies. I like going to the theater. So, if Clerks 3 is showing in your area, go see that.
Yeah.
If you liked Clerks 1.
And if the showings are still happening in your area. It was a
I think there was still
Fathom event thing.
Yeah, I think there were still a couple showings here this weekend. I don't know if they're going past that, but so yeah, go check that out. Go support movies in the theater. I want to go see more stuff in theater. Disney's just decided, like, if it's not gonna be a banger, they're just gonna release it on Disney Plus, I guess.
Yeah.
Like that Pinocchio, which looks meh. Like, frankly, I wouldn't want to go see it in the theater anyway. But like 10 years ago, if you would have said like, yeah, Disney's gonna make a new Pinocchio movie, and they're not releasing it in theaters, you'd be like, why? So, yeah. Anyway, I guess until next time, thanks for listening.
Yeah. Bye.
Toodles.